We're on the road with Mickey, we're gonna have some fun. Regardless of the rain or sun, our trip has just begun. So buckle up, let's go, we're about to start the show. And maybe if you like us, you'll see where else we'll go. Hi everybody, I'm Sophie, he's Mike, and she's Brenda, and welcome to On the Road with Mickey. If you're returning for another adventure with us, welcome back. We are so glad you have returned safely. And if this is your first episode with us and you're new here, welcome. It's so nice to meet you, and I'm going to show you the reins today. First up, we have our Cheddar from the Big Cheese, which is basically our Disney news snippets. And then after that, we have our feature topic, which is what we talk about for most of the episode. And then after that, we have our This Day in Disney History, brought to you by me. And after that is our game of Who's Who, and that is brought to you by Mike, my dad. Oh, fair warning, I'm almost never wrong when it comes to this game. I almost always win it. And then after that, Brenda will be giving us a quote from the big man himself, Walt Disney, and it's just going to be amazing. So buckle up, keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the car at all times. Make sure you're safe, fasten your seatbelts, all that good stuff, and we will see you on the road. It's time to get going. Let's go!
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and she's Sophie,
And she's Brenda.
Hi, everyone.
and he's Grogu. Hey buddy, you doing good? And we're on the road with Mickey. This is episode 114 for March 21st, 2022, and today our feature topic is your favorite areas at each park. So we're going to look at each of the four parks, and we're going to knock it out and say that this is my favorite area or this is Brenda's favorite area and so on. But of course, we start off with some cheddar from the big cheese. And Brenda, you take it away first.
All right. Well, we have some news about the Boardwalk area. Yay! Disney announced recently that they're going to be making some changes to the Boardwalk area. The Boardwalk Inn is getting a reimagined lobby, and out on the boardwalk itself, the Boardwalk Bakery will become a new sandwich shop. Woohoo! We love sandwiches. Raise the roof. Also, the Cake Bake Shop by Gwendolyn Rogers, a new table service restaurant and bakery, is set to open in 2023. Bring on the goodies.
Oh, wow.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
I wonder when it's gonna start.
I don't know. I
Well,
don't know
it said
exactly. I didn't see
2023.
any start date mentioned really. Just
Yeah.
that they're going to do it. So,
All right then. Well, guess it's my turn and more Star Wars news because you know how much I love Star Wars.
Yay.
We have been completely, well, I have been completely geeking out on the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailers and YouTube videos, and this series premieres May 25th, and everything about it makes me really, really excited, and I wish that it started on maybe March 25th.
Yep.
Just
That's
saying.
awesome.
yeah.
Yay.
And over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, the Starlight Safari Tour is set to return on April 22nd. So this is a 1 hour tour through the Savannah areas of the lodge. It costs $89. You have night vision goggles, and you're able to see up to 30 or even over 30 animal species with your night vision goggles. And it's like you're
Yay.
out on your own safari, you know? So,
And they're starting it on the anniversary of the opening of Animal Kingdom, which is also Earth Day.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yay.
So,
Exciting news.
yes, very
Things are
exciting.
coming back.
Yeah. So, I'm just ready for everything to be there, and I'm ready to be back at Disney, you
We
know?
are too. My
Oh,
goodness.
yeah. That's the
Can't come
hardest
fast
thing
enough.
about Disney. The hardest thing about Disney is having to wait.
Yes. And
Yeah.
having to leave. Having to leave is horrible.
That's true too.
Yeah.
All right. So it is time. That was a quick news segment,
Yeah.
but it is time to get on to our favorite areas in each park. And we're calling them areas. I'm calling them areas because, some parks, they're lands, some are pavilions, some of them are neighborhoods, some of them are boulevards. I mean, there's no real lingo name that fits for everything. So that's why I'm calling them areas. But we are looking at our favorite areas, for lack of a better term, in each of the parks.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with the Magic Kingdom because it's the OG, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I want you ladies to flip a coin or pick and see who goes first.
Oh, I don't care. Sophie can go first.
Or Aunt Brenda can go first.
Yeah. Grogu, pick who's going first, Grogu. He's
Grogu's
pointing to Aunt Brenda.
No, he's pointing
Okay.
at you, Daddy.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
well, okay. Then I'm going first.
All right.
So, my favorite also happens to correspond with my background.
Yeah.
There's the Main Street station for the Walt Disney World Railroad.
Beautiful sight.
That picture is from like 2007. So it's quite an old photo, 15 years ago now. And I chose Main Street USA, but specifically, I'm on the platform at the Main Street station for the Walt Disney World Railroad, and I'm looking up Main Street towards the castle.
Great view.
See, there's my arm right there.
Great view.
And I can't wait until I can be on that platform again, looking, and then I can pretend like I'm one of the characters who's up there waving at the crowds.
That's right.
Yeah.
You are a character.
So, but I know that I am a character, very true. There are a billion places that could be my favorite at the Magic Kingdom, or any of them.
Yeah.
But for today, for this episode, for this recording, it's Main Street all the way.
Awesome.
So,
Nice.
all right, Grogu, who's going next?
Okay, now he says me. All right. Well, just like Daddy, I have a very specific part of my area that I like as well, and that area is Liberty Square. But specifically, I like to be on the Mark Twain riverboat that, as it's running along that river that they have in Liberty Square, because not only does it start and end in Liberty Square, but it also goes into Frontierland as well. So you're kind of getting two parks in one area.
Yeah. The only correction is it's the Lily Bell.
Oh, thank
The
you.
Mark Twain is the Disneyland one.
Yeah, I didn't really know the name of it. All I know
Yeah,
is
we
it's a
gotcha.
riverboat.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
okay.
I really like it. I like the adventure that it takes you on. You can catch glimpses of Frontierland and Tom Sawyer Island, of course. And then it also incorporates that into the story, because actually, and although this is not the canon that I accept about the Haunted Mansion's backstory, because you pass by it on the Lily Bell, the captain will make a comment over the speakers saying that that house was built on an ancient Native American burial ground, and so it is cursed and haunted. And actually, you know what? I suppose that does fit into the narrative that the Haunted Mansion plays.
It could. It could.
Yep.
So, good
Yep.
stuff. Good job, Seth.
Yay.
Thank you.
All right, Brenda.
Well, just like Sophie, my favorite area at Magic Kingdom is Liberty Square. And for
Wow.
different reasons, I mean, food is always involved. So Columbia Harbor House is my favorite quick service. Sleepy Hollow has my Nutella waffle. The Cavalcade and Parade comes right by, so I can sit there right by the Liberty Bell and watch that. Haunted Mansion's right there. I mean, there's just there's just kind of a lot going on in that area. Plus the old Christmas shop is there, and I like the old Christmas shop for shopping. So that's my favorite area.
And the
So,
Hall of Presidents.
Hall of Presidents. Yeah, I haven't
yeah.
been there recently, but yes. So
We'll go there on our Magic Kingdom day.
plus I love Liberty Tree Tavern for a table service. It is consistently very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yep. So there you go. I guess it's almost all about food, but about some other stuff too.
I like Liberty Square because it feels like I'm stepping back in history.
For sure. Yeah.
And me being a history buff, who wouldn't want to go back in time to
There you go.
history?
Yeah. And your Haunted Mansion.
Exactly.
So we're moving on. We're going to go through this quick, it looks like.
Yeah.
But we're moving on.
I wonder if Sophie and I are going to be the same every time.
Epcot. So
I don't think we're going to be the same, Aunt Brenda, unless you want to go first and prove me wrong.
Oh, no. We can stay in the same order.
okay.
All right, then.
So it's my turn on Epcot?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I am choosing, and it was a hard choice because there's a lot of places in Epcot I love. I love Spaceship Earth. I love the area around there. I love the ride specifically. But I went with the Mexico Pavilion, not just because I love Mexican food, okay? But I chose it because it's the big pyramid, and you go inside a pyramid, first of all. How cool is that? But also, when you enter, and then you get into the marketplace area, and it's like you've transitioned out of Florida, out of Epcot, and now you're in a nighttime scene and you're in a market somewhere in Mexico, and it's just like you've just been transported, and it's so cool. And not only that, you've got the three Caballeros, the Grand Fiesta Tour, and I mean, you can't go wrong. You go on a boat ride. Love a boat ride. So Mexico Pavilion has become my favorite. So
I have to say I'm shocked by that.
You are?
If somebody had tested me and said, what will Mike choose? I would have definitely said Germany. For Beer Garden and for the little train area, I definitely would have thought you would say Germany. You fooled me.
I did. I thought about, I love the train area.
Snow White.
I love the train area of Germany. It's so cool. And I love how they always change it out and add like the flower and garden stuff and the food and wine, kiosks into it and everything like that. But and I love trains, obviously.
Exactly.
But for me, that's something that I'll look at it for about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
So, because I'm not playing with the trains, I'm just watching. Now, if I was playing with the trains, that might be.
We wouldn't get Daddy to leave. We wouldn't be able to get him to leave.
So anyway, Mexico it is.
Well, good. What about you, Sophie?
Okay. This one was cruel because you cannot expect me to choose just one. So at the very least, I narrowed down the area to include 3 pavilions that are right next to each other.
Okay.
They're literally all in a row. I checked the map to make sure. And those would be the Japan, Morocco, and France pavilions.
Okay.
Firstly, I love Japan because Jagan has instilled that in me. And also because it is considered to be the shopping experience of Epcot. It does not have a ride or anything in it, but it does have a store, which is actually an actual Japanese department store, and it is considered the oldest department store in the world because the original chain goes back 3 centuries. I did my research on this one.
Wow,
Yes,
that's crazy.
I love it. It also features a museum in the back of the pavilion, which is an ode to some of the big cultural scenes of Japan, including kawaii, which is Japan's cute culture. That's literally what kawaii means. It means cute. And then in Morocco, because it's right next door, it's also a shopping experience, though I've never actually taken much time to see what's inside. But I really like Morocco because if you look right in the back of it, you'll actually see a tower in the distance, and that is actually Tower of Terror, which the back of it has been like decorated in a way that it fits with the Tower of Terror theme that we have in Hollywood Studios, but it actually also fits with the Moroccan theme so that it looks like it's meant to be there in the Morocco Pavilion. And then in France being right next to it and the last of the things, again, the Ratatouille ride did not impress me really, but I still love France as a whole, mainly because 1, I'm learning French, and 2, macarons, Grogu and I agree on that. French food is amazing.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah. Good explanation, Sophie.
Thank you.
And
So
just
yes.
like Sophie again, which is not hard since she chose 3, but one of those is my favorite as well.
France.
And that's France. Yeah.
Okay.
France is my favorite area to hang out in because, well, number 1, when you're hanging out anywhere, part of the experience is just people watching. And I love to people watch in the France area.
Oh
It's
my
just,
gosh.
plus, they have the Beauty and the Beast show that cracks me up, pastries and crepes. They have the Ratatouille adventure, and the ride isn't so spectacular, but the way they've made it look with Gusteau's and all that, I just love how that looks. I really like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Plus, during Food and Wine, they have that chocolate martini right there, and that thing is so good. That's like the only alcoholic drink I drink. It's really, really good. So, and I like the International Gateway entrance because we're usually staying on the boardwalk. So when we go on the International Gateway, we just go
You're
right over
right
the
there.
bridge and we just hang out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff. Good
Oh
stuff.
yeah. I think it's funny. I think it's funny that we actually did sort of get 2 ones in a row.
Yep.
And I have a feeling it might be 3 when we're done.
It might be.
So
Who knows?
Yeah, it might be 3.
time for the lone wolf to give his next one because he obviously doesn't tend to come up with the same options as Brenda and Sophie.
Well, come on, Lone Wolf, give it to us.
Well, our next park is Hollywood Studios.
Awesome.
And there's a lot of great areas, but for me, for the simple immersion into it all, that's a Sophie word, for being dropped into the middle of a movie practically, it's got to be Galaxy's Edge for me. It's just where it's at. I mean, you walk into it and all of a sudden you're in Batu and you're just like, whoa, wait a minute, how'd I get here? I was just on Slinky Dog. Well, not me, but
then you're over
I just rode Toy Story Mania, and now I'm in Galaxy's Edge. But it's just so cool because it's all like, when it comes to how an area is themed, in my opinion, Disney knocked it out of the park here.
Yeah.
As far as the uniforms, the language, even the little Coke bottles looked like a little bomb. I remember when they first came out with those, the TSA was confiscating them because they weren't certain if it wasn't a bomb.
Yeah.
Oh,
And even how the buildings aren't named or anything, like everything is secretive.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah,
gotta,
you're right.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
really well
It's
done.
so well done. And just for the record, that is not the case anymore because people were bringing them and they're still, and now you can even bring your lightsaber can go on the plane. You could check it or carry on if you need to,
Yep.
so
And the
they
droid too.
they have realized that no, it's not a real weapon.
Good thing. Good thing.
But I mean, it's just so cool. So it's just the experience in the area. For me, it's Galaxy's Edge.
Well, there you go.
So
Good job. What about you, Sophie?
I think Grogu agrees with me, by the way.
Oh, I bet he does.
He's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to hop through the screen and sit on Mike's chest for a while.
There you go.
No, I assure you it is not nearly as comfortable as mine.
Okay.
Okay, so here's another reason why Daddy is getting all of the ones that are just purely his. I see his, and I think to myself, okay, first off, is this also the land that is my favorite? It is? Well, I guess I have another favorite. Because he wrote his down first, but at the same time, thankfully, I have not run into that issue up until now. But thankfully, I have equally favorite areas in these two parks.
Mm-hmm.
So I will choose the one that is my other favorite for variety's sake.
Go for it.
Well, my other favorite is actually Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood Studios. And that is the road that leads up to the Tower of Terror.
Yeah. How come I'm not surprised?
No, here, let me explain my reasoning.
The ice cream
And this,
place.
no,
Obviously.
actually, no. If anyone knows me, they know that I have a certain appreciation for the 1950s.
Yeah.
And when I walk down Sunset Boulevard, I can just imagine myself listening to the classic 1950s tunes, wearing a 1950s dress with my petticoats, which I have, and shopping until I'm either out of money or I've decided that I need to stop spending my money. Because there are a lot of stores on Sunset Boulevard with a lot of things that I want, and I have not been able to buy them previously because I'm actually being frugal with my cash. And also because of the ice cream place and Tower of Terror, of course. The Rock and Roller Coaster, not so much.
What about Lightning McQueen show?
It's an afterthought.
Of course.
Yay.
Okay. Well, Brenda, tell us
Well,
why Sunset Boulevard is your favorite.
Sophie and I are clearly sewn from the same cloth, decades apart, because I also am a 50s fanatic. I also love the dress, love the music, everything about the 50s, even though I was not born in the 50s, contrary to popular opinion. And
You don't even look like you could.
Sunset Boulevard is my jam also for several reasons. Of course, the Tower of Terror, which is my favorite and also Sophie's favorite.
Of course.
So that speaks on its own. And of course, Rock and Roller Coaster, which I also like, but not nearly as much as Tower of Terror. Then you have to do the Once Upon a Time shopping, Rosie's All American Cafe, which is a quick service we frequent. But if you get your carrot cake cookie or your Butterfinger cupcake from the Trolley Car Cafe, the place you sit to enjoy your treat is on Sunset Boulevard. So that's people watching territory.
There you go.
And that's what I like to do is have my carrot cake cookie or my Butterfinger cupcake and watch people go up and down the street. And especially the people who are the characters, the citizens of Hollywood that do their character show right there on Sunset Boulevard. I love them. They're hilarious and I love to watch it. I love to watch people interact with them.
Yeah.
Another thing about Sunset Boulevard, the one time that I ate at the Brown Derby. It was with my Aunt Sheila, Uncle Randy, and Jagan, and my parents, obviously. And of course, since I'm not 21 yet, I ordered a non-alcoholic cocktail, and there was this one called the Sunset Boulevard, and that's what I got.
Very good.
And I thought it said it has a description of it from what I'm reading, and I do remember what it looked like. It said that it's Sprite and tangerine.
Oh.
So what color do you think that it would be?
Orange.
It was
like
blue.
Oh, that's weird.
I know. It completely surprised me, but at the same time, it was good. And who knows? Maybe they actually gave me a Malibu Beach instead, which is also non-alcoholic. It's also non-alcoholic, and that one is
because coconut's often blue.
Well, no,
I don't know. They put that
with the Malibu Beach. It actually had lemonade and blue raspberry in it.
Oh, there you go.
Either way, it tasted amazing, whatever it was, and I know it was non-alcoholic. I just know
So do
that. I trust that.
Yeah.
And it was good, and I want it again, but I also, the Brown Derby was not good enough to go to again, so I'm going to miss it.
Okay. All right.
Fantasmic's also off Sunset Boulevard,
Yes,
so that'll be coming back. That's not my main draw. My main draw is always going to be the carrot cake cookie. Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror first, then the cookie.
Okay. All right. Well, that takes us to...
Wonder for the same for the fourth time.
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I think you guys are different. I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
I doubt it.
For me, we're going over to Animal Kingdom. And my favorite area is Asia. Specifically, the area right in front of Expedition Everest where you can watch the trains come down, the train roller coaster come down. And it is such a cool area. And it is so neat to see and hear everyone screaming. Oh my gosh. It is so cool. It is a great spot to just watch. And of course, Expedition Everest is an awesome roller coaster.
Yes.
And so, you gotta ride it. I gotta ride it every time we're there. And especially when I'm there with Cindy, and that's just a great spot to be at, for it. So that is my spot in Animal Kingdom.
Perfect.
All right, my turn then?
Yeah.
Yes.
You tempt me a lot, Daddy. Because I also want Asia, but this time I'm going to be contrary, and if this turns out to be Miss Brenda's favorite area too, then I don't know what I'm gonna do.
So be it.
But this time I'm choosing it A, to be contrary, and B, because it is a really good place to be. And? I'm picking Discovery Island.
Okay. Tell us more about it.
Okay, so Discovery Island is the place that you go into the park from. Well, not into the park from, but consider it the central hub to all of the different areas in Animal Kingdom. After you get into the gate, you go through the little glade area where you can see some of the animals, and then there's a bridge that takes you to Discovery Island, which it took me like 20 years to realize that it was in fact an island because there's a river running all around it. It took me 20 years to figure that out.
But you hadn't been going there for 20 years.
No, only 16.
You know what, Sophie? I don't know that I realized that. Even though it's called Discovery Island, I don't know that I actually thought much about it being an island. You know, I'm
Yep.
like, I'm like that's Disney speak. You know, they threw a puddle down all around it and called it an island.
What they do in every neighborhood now, they throw a pond in it and charge 50 times the price.
Yeah. Anyway, and the reason that I really like Discovery Island is, again, because it's a hub to all the other areas in the park.
Sure, yeah.
So by me saying that I like Discovery Island, I basically like all the other areas in Animal
That's
Kingdom.
true. That's true.
Smart. I am
There you go.
smart.
Yes, you are.
Very
And
smart.
the Discovery Island is where the Tree of Life is, right?
It is.
Yeah.
And it's also a very fun game to play, looking and finding as many animals as you can on that great big tree. Because let me tell
There's
you,
a
there
lot
are
of them.
a lot. And that is one of the days where I like to bring my glasses, because even though my glasses case always gets pinged by security when I walk in, the glasses help.
To find
Great.
the animals. Yeah.
Yep. That being said, I still absolutely hate It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Yeah. Not my show.
Not
But
your jam, huh?
you know what? We'll cover that episode later. Things we hate at Disney.
Yep.
All right. Well, good choice, Sophie.
Yeah.
Brenda, is it
Well,
4 for 4?
no, it's still
No.
3 for 4. But 3 for 4 is pretty darn good considering
Yeah.
our age difference and everything. I I thought about this. I ended up sticking with my original thought, which was Pandora, because Pandora, especially at night, is just so beautiful. It's so beautiful to me. I don't know what it is that draws me, but well, one of the things that draws me is the Flight of Passage, because that ride is just heaven, heaven, heaven. I love it. I like the little Satuli canteen
Uh-huh.
food. I think it's neat, and there's a lot of places to sit out there so you can people watch.
Yeah.
And the guy in the what is that, an AMP suit? The big mechanical AMP suit is
Uh-huh.
cool. I
Oh,
just like that
yeah.
area. I like it a lot. I just like to sit out there and just enjoy it, especially at night. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
So I ended up sticking with that one. There's a lot of beautiful places there at Animal Kingdom Park, though.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. You know, I didn't even get over to Africa, but you know, Africa,
Yeah.
Kilimanjaro safaris is
Mm-hmm.
incredible, and
Yes.
just on and on and on. I mean, the areas are really cool. The only one I thought about being a little tongue in cheek and saying Dinoland USA is my favorite area. But we already know that on a previous episode, I had talked about how I would change Dinoland USA completely out
And make it like
into like the
Wilderness
Carl
Wilderness
World.
Explorers thing with
That would be
Carl and Russell. That would be cool.
that would be really cute.
But it's not happening.
No, because
Disney
Disney does
still
not
hasn't
listen to us.
announced
I
it.
don't know what they're doing
I
over
don't know
there.
what
They're just
they're
not
doing.
listening.
Maybe they're just waiting for me to actually get a job there so they can pay me.
To do
That's it.
And
That's
then I
it.
can split the cash with you.
There you go. There you go. I think that we have had great feedback on exactly what our favorite areas are. But I also posted in the group for listener feedback on what their favorite areas
Oh,
are. And I
awesome.
have several. My friend Cindy, who just got back from Disney, she has these areas as her favorites. Epcot, her favorite is the entire World Showcase. She didn't pick a pavilion.
Okay.
The Magic Kingdom, Tomorrowland at night. And she
Ooh.
says, I'm honestly not sure about what her favorite is during the day. But Tomorrowland at night, you're right, Cindy. Tomorrowland at night is pretty darn cool
Yeah.
with the lights and everything. Over at Animal Kingdom, she agrees with Brenda. Pandora is her jam. And at Hollywood Studios, she doesn't have one particular area, but she loves the older areas of Hollywood Studios. And then Chrissy from Billy's Closet of Magic says these are her favorites. The Magic Kingdom, her favorite part is Fantasyland due to the Beauty and the Beast editions. Epcot, she likes World Showcase and the Living Sea. Hollywood Studios, she likes Galaxy's Edge. Animal Kingdom, she likes Pandora. So
Awesome.
Pandora's getting a lot of love, and
Yeah.
Chrissy and I agree that Galaxy's Edge. Pam included several of her favorites. She said, "Great question. The Magic Kingdom, she's a Liberty Square freak."
All right.
So you guys, that's 3 Liberty Squares.
That's right.
Epcot, she likes the Living Seas, and she likes the World Showcase crawl. So she likes to drink her way around the World
There you
Showcase.
go.
Over at Hollywood Studios, she likes Echo Lake. Looking forward to seeing Galaxy's Edge. Oh, she hasn't seen Galaxy's Edge yet. So I think, Pam, that Galaxy's Edge is going to change your mind over what your favorite is at Hollywood Studios. And at Animal Kingdom, she likes Africa. She likes the safari. She likes the gorillas. She likes the Festival of the Lion King show. She likes Tusker
absolutely.
House breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And she even threw out at Disney Springs. She likes the original Pleasure Island Adventurers Club and Comedy Club.
Yep. It's gone bye-bye.
Yeah, but that's what she liked, was the original for that. And then lastly, Chris, also from Billy's Closet of Magic, he has his favorites. And I love what he wrote. He said, "For me, the Magic Kingdom was always Adventureland, because Tortuga Tavern was his favorite hangout when he would do the Sorcerer Mickey card game. He had lots of good memories began there, including the idea for Billy's Closet of Magic.
Awesome.
In Hollywood Studios, it's Galaxy's Edge. In Animal Kingdom, it's Pandora. And in Epcot, the World Showcase for America, where the concert series happens. So he's talking about the American Adventure Pavilion and the amphitheater there.
Yeah.
And he said that they just saw Rick Springfield and the Foreigner Journey,
girl.
and it was awesome, he said. So those are some listener responses. And if anyone hears this and wants to tune in and add their favorites, then go to our Facebook group, On the Road with Mickey group, and leave your comment. It's a pinned post, so you should be able to find it pretty easily, and let us know what your favorites are. But
thank y'all so much for writing in.
Thanks so
Awesome to
much
know
for
what you
the
like.
feedback.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yep.
And now it is time to go to this day in Disney history. So Sophie,
Yay.
take it away.
All right. Well, this one is a little bit weird, but that's just because I love the People Mover so much. And this happens all the way back in 1996, ye ancient olden time, where Disneyland unveils its long-awaited plans to renovate Tomorrowland. They include replacing the slow People Mover with a faster new attraction, Rocket Rods. The extensive project is due for completion in spring of 1998. Well, guess what? They should have just kept the People Mover, because Rocket Rods closed in 2000 after a measly 2 years in operation, since it kept on shutting down and not working.
Yeah.
And so they replaced the area where you would actually get onto the ride with the Buzz Lightyear's ride. And they still have those empty People Mover tracks that have nothing on them. They ought to just bring the People Mover back so that it's in both parks, since everyone loves it so much.
Yeah, they should.
That's right.
And then just to sweeten that sort of bittersweet bit of history that I have a fact for the day. And I don't know if this actually happened today. It didn't say anything about It's a Small World coming out on March 21st of any year. But the fact of the day is that Disney's It's a Small World attraction was originally supposed to feature a medley of national anthems from the countries represented. But the result would have been a cacophony of noise. So it was decided that the Sherman Brothers' catchy tune would be used throughout the attraction instead.
Yep.
And boy, are we glad that they went with that, because that is a good song.
Yes. Yep,
Yeah.
that
All
song's
right.
actually a prayer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. You're right.
And it's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great one. All right. So I was putting on my glasses.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun,
Hmm.
dun.
This one, I do not see this being a difficult character. I'm somewhat surprised I haven't used this character before.
Hmm.
Because, we're coming, this is 115 episodes of characters.
Yeah.
Or nearly that. But this character, Sophie,
Mm-hmm.
don't take any clues from Grogu. Grogu,
Oh.
don't help her. You can listen, but don't help her. This character is cheerful, adorable, and a diehard Elvis fan.
Lilo.
I don't know my characters like Sophie knows her characters.
Lilo
So
is my comfort character.
I didn't know if the diehard Elvis fan would be like the dead giveaway there.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, it
That's
is
cute.
Lilo. And my other clues were her vivid imagination is one of her greatest gifts, and her quirkiness keeps her from making friends. Those were my 3 clues, and there's a lot to her, and I have 2 bits of Did You Know?
Oh,
And
go ahead
Sophie
and
will
read.
know all of these, I'm certain.
Of course.
Lilo's name can mean both lost and the generous one in Hawaiian. And Lilo enjoys feeding peanut butter sandwiches to her fish, Pudge, which makes me think I know why the fish's name is Pudge. Because if he's eating peanut butter sandwiches a lot, he might be pudgy.
Out of peanut butter. We were out of peanut butter.
Oh,
So
I
anyway,
love that.
was that a good character, Sophie?
I love Lilo so much. And go ahead and tell me the did you knows, because I actually know a lot about Lilo myself.
Those were the did you knows.
Oh, okay. Well, I have one more did you know, and this is kind of a theory, but it's supported a lot in the movie. Did you know that Lilo and Nani's parents, because Lilo was raised by her older sister, Nani, did you know that their parents were actually caught in a storm? And so Lilo, believing that Pudge the fish controls the weather, which she says in the movie, will feed him peanut butter sandwiches in order to keep him happy so that he does not cause another storm again.
Oh.
I never realized that.
No, I had
Yeah.
no idea. No
Yeah.
idea.
That's sad.
I know it is.
Everything was
also
on her to make sure they had peanut butter. That's why she was so upset they didn't have peanut butter.
Yep, it's also believed that Lilo is on the spectrum, which is another reason why she's my comfort character, because I'm on the spectrum, and although I'm a very mild case, I want to take Lilo, I want to protect her from everything in the world,
Yeah.
and I want to make sure that she's happy.
Yeah. All right.
Yep,
Good
that's a
stuff,
good goal.
Sophie. Good God. Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
Yay.
So, Brenda, it's time for a little bit of Walt.
Time for a little bit of Walt. Oh, goodness. Here we go. Today, modern ways have reached into nearly every corner of the globe. Yet in many lands, old and colorful customs continue, unchanged by time, undisturbed by the march of progress. As the past slips slowly but certainly into the future, these traditions of yesterday may soon be lost forever in all the tomorrows yet to come. Walt Disney.
Yeah, that's our goal, is to make sure that the traditions of yesterday aren't forgotten.
Yeah.
And that was his goal. And
Mhm.
that's
Because even
why we have this, you know?
Yep.
Yep. And even though Walt was a man of progress, he was a man of both. He he enjoys progress that humanity makes, but he also knows to keep the important things at least recorded so that future generations will know about what happened in the past.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's a man of both the past and the future.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I had no idea that Brenda was going to announce this as her quote for today, her Walt quote, but it plays totally into next week's topic.
Awesome.
Oh?
Because I'm rearranging the schedule just a little bit, but I think it's time for a 2-part series.
Ooh.
The first part, and the subject is our top 5 retired attractions.
Ooh.
And
right.
Part 1, we're going to look at the Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
And then Part 2 will be Epcot and Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And that, I thought, would be and it just fits right in with Walt quote. So
Awesome.
Let's see. Let's do some research and let's find out the things that aren't there anymore that we miss and that were our favorites. So
Terrific.
okay. All right. Well, guys, that wraps us up. I hope everyone has a great week. She's
Yep.
Sophie. She's Brenda. He's Grogu. And I'm
And
Mike.
he's Mike.
And we hope y'all have a great week. And we will
See
you on the road.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.